Good morning, viewers, and welcome. Today we're joined by David Marshall, the Heart and Hand podcast legend, for a wee chat. So the first question I'm going to ask you, David, is where do you see yourself in a year's time after you leave university?
That's a good question. Hopefully working somewhere within sport. I don't really know what that avenue is going to be, if it's going to be working for a paper or working with a TV company. Ideally though, that'll be what I'm doing. Hopefully, the more as I've went on in uni, I've been more gravitated towards trying to get into that kind of club media side of things, or independent media as well. Working for a mainstream newspaper has kind of lost its appeal for me. I'd like to, be with a company that's at the forefront of like new media, digital media, and because I think that's where more my skills are suited to.
I mean, we're nearing our end at time at university here. It's been 4 long years and some more after that for yourself being at college. But how has college and university prepared you for professional employment in the future?
Well, firstly, going to college was really important for me. It helped me to get those skills to begin with, and allowed me to grow up and mature a wee bit as well. I'd recommend to anyone thinking of going to further education, I'd recommend going to college first before going to uni. Particularly the course I'd done at City Glasgow, it was a practical journalism HND. That it was exactly what it says. It didn't allow me to get a lot of those practical skills in terms of writing, editing, interviewing. When I came to uni, then I felt like I was much more prepared than for the guys, for example, that were just coming straight from school going into it. They had that wee catching up to do, and I think everyone's at that a similar stage now. But I certainly think that gave me an advantage at the start. Coming to uni, that just I think that allowed me to hone my skills and get better every year. And without putting myself over too much, I definitely think I'm a better journalist in 2019 or 2020 than I was when I started in 2016.
And on quite a personal level, David, how well or not well has 2019 went for yourself?
2019 has been a really good year for me. I've continued to work with the Glasgow Clan, doing stuff for them. Left my role with Rangers, which was also being a big Rangers fan was huge for me, but it wasn't. It was an unpaid role, and I was getting to the point where I wasn't getting back what I was putting in personally. So I thought it was time for me to move on for there. The podcast, like you mentioned, that's continued to grow and grow, and hopefully that continues to do so, and that will turn out to be a full-time job for me. Working for St Mirren TV, get my debut doing commentary in a live match. That was a fantastic experience, and hopefully that is something I'd like to take forward into the future. Working with the Johnson Press local papers, that's great as well. Again, just because that's given me a chance to do what I want to do, go to football games and write about football. That's been fantastic, and be able to do that for a number of titles across Scotland, and getting games as big Celtic games, but then getting to do lower League 2 games as well, and getting paid for it all. That's been brilliant.
I mean, you've done plenty of work experience. You must now have the kind of contact cultivation that a young journalist would aspire to achieve.
I hope so. That's kind of the idea, isn't it? We'll see how well my contact cultivation is done when I've got my degree and I'm trying to get a job.
I mean, like I said earlier, not long left. How excited are you for the future?
Yeah, very. This has also been a long journey for myself. I'm a wee bit older than you guys, as you always like to point out to me. I left school 10 years ago, went to college beforehand. When I finished college, worked jobs that I hated for 2-3 years before going back into this. This really means a lot to me, to be perfectly honest, to get here, because there was times that I didn't think I'd go back to uni or get my degree or finally go into journalism. So to be finally here at this point, and it's like 7-8 months away, it's a wee bit scary, but it's exciting as well, because this is where I thought I would be, and to finally get there is a big deal for me.
Well, David, all I can do, and I'm sure as everyone else does, is wish you all the best for future employment, and thank you very much for your time this morning for coming on.
Thanks, Scott.